Alright, good day sports fans. Now today we are going to watch the second semi-final match of the 32nd Southeast Asian Games volleyball for women. And this is fitting Indonesia with Megawati and against Toy, with the Vietnamese team. So we'll try to find out who will have the chance to face Thailand, who is now waiting after winning against the Philippines in the first semi-final match of this 32nd Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia. So let's try to watch now. We're now about to start set number 1. Okay, so it's Indonesia serving first, and that was their superstar player of Vietnam. We have Toy, and first point goes to Indonesia. Indonesia serve and a quick attack, defended, going to the opposite, defended also by the Vietnamese. Toy again, and that was the first point of Toy. We are now having 1-all, and there was that service error, so Indonesia is now ahead by 1 point, and there was a black ball, so 2-all. So let's try to see what's going to happen in this match. Indonesia made a point. It's now 3 serving 2. Again, this is set number 1. Attack to the opposite, and there was a ball check. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Vietnamese. That was a check ball according to the line judges for Indonesia. There was an over receive defended by the Vietnamese, and a strong attack by the Vietnamese, defended by the Indonesian. Rally is going on, and the rally is still continuing, and there was a tip by Toy, and that was a point for the Vietnamese. It's 5 serving 4. Combination play for the Indonesian. It was successful. It's 5-all. Easy return with Toy, and Toy made an enforced error for that attack. It's now 6-5 in favor of the Indonesian, and a serve for the Indonesian. Toy made an attack, and it was defended. Rally is going on, and a back. Oh, it was a slide back quick attack for the Vietnamese. It's now 7-all. Vietnam serve. Oh, a strong running back by the Indonesian. It's now 8. Attack by the Vietnamese, making the score 8-all. This is really a quite close game for these two. It's going to be vying for the championship. Now, last year it was Vietnam versus Thailand for the championship. Now I'll try to see this time who will win this match. Now in Team Thailand is now waiting again while winning the first semi-final match versus the Philippines. That was outside, so the score is now 10-all. Oh, unforced error for Indonesia in service. Open attack, defended by the Vietnamese. Back row attack by Toy, and that was a strong one, and making a point for Vietnam. That was an enforced error for the Indonesian. Score is 11 serving 12. Easy return for the Vietnamese, and an open attack, well defended by the libero, but there was an over receive. Check ball. So still Vietnam is ahead by 1 point. Combination play, attack point for Indonesia. It's now 13-all. A very close set number 1. for this semifinal 2 of this women's volleyball tournament. Vietnam leading by 1 point. Attack to the opposite for Indonesia, and it was an unforced error again for Vietnam. It's now their third unforced error, and there was an ace by the Indonesian. By Indonesia. They're now ahead by 1 point, but it's now 15 all. Combination play for Indonesia. Defended well. Back row attack by Toy. And that was out according to the line judge. Black point for Indonesia. Indonesia is now ahead by 2 points. And another black point for Indonesia. It's now 18-15. Wow. And an ace serve, making it 19-15. Over receive, making it 20-15. Now it seems that Indonesia is headed to win set number 1. There's a rally here, open attack by the Indonesian, and there was a ball check. It's 21-15. So there was a unforced error again. It's now 21-16. An attack point for Indonesia, but they committed again that unforced error. It's not 22-17. Combination play. We got the middle. Toy's attack was defended. Controlled attack for Indonesia. Toy again, but it was not over. It's not 23-17, and a quick attack by the Vietnamese. Point for them. It's 23-18. Let's try to see. And it's now 19 for Vietnam. A quick attack at the middle. It's 20. So Vietnam is catching up. Attack by the Indonesian, and it's now set point for the Indonesian. Toy. Attack point for Toy. 24-21. So to see if they can end the set. Defended by the Viet. It's a black point for Indonesia, and that was the end of set number 1. We are now in set number 2. Of course, the switch court again. The team in red is Vietnam, and the team in white and black is Indonesia. This is set number 2, and the Vietnamese made the first point. We have now 2 serving 1. Indonesia leading by 1 point. We have now a rally. Okay, this time Indonesia in the attack. Quite long rally this time. Defended by the Indonesian libero. Attack again by Vietnam. And point for Indonesia. It's 2 all. But there was that again service error for Indonesia, and a block by the Vietnamese, making it 4-2. Quick attack for Indonesia. Successful. So 3 serving 4. Back quick. Point for Vietnam. It's now 5 serving 3. Back row attack by Toy and point. So 6-3. Combination play by the Indonesian. The save by the Vietnamese. Easy return. Let's try to see what combination Indonesia will do. And there was a slide attack at the back, but well blocked, defended by the Vietnamese. It's now 4 serving 7. Oh, it was outside. So point for Indonesia. Strong attack by the Vietnamese, well defended by the Indonesian, and that was in. So it's now a 1 point lead by the red team. and a block. So it's now 7-all. It was a block point for the white team, Indonesia. But there was that again enforced error for the Indonesian. Back row attack. Another enforced error. It's now 9 serving 7. So to see if they can make a point on this. There was a 1-2 attack by the red team. Tip ball. Okay, there's a rally toy. Make an easy controlled spike. A back row attack to the opposite. But it was blocked. So it's now 10 serving 7. So this time it's Vietnam that's leading by 3. Easy return for Vietnam. Combination, a running back, the specialty of the Indonesian. It's now 8-10. Okay, but the rally was made by the Vietnamese. 1-2 attack. It was well anticipated by the Indonesian. It's now 9 serving 11. Boy, that was really unstoppable. So 12 serving 9. Combination play. Block by the Vietnamese. It's 39. Another block. So it has been the trademark of the Vietnamese in blocking, just like in the first set, but although they lost it. So let's try to see if they can recover this time for the second set. It was a good block by the Vietnamese. In the opposite, again on that side of the court, but it was not controlled properly by the Vietnamese. Quick attack for Vietnam. Easy controlled attack by the Indonesian. So to see, there's this rally going to the opposite, and that was in. So it's now 16-10. Easy return, quick attack, and that was out. Point for the Indonesian. 11-16. Combination play for the Indonesian. Back row attack by Toy again, making a tip from the back. It was successful. Another block point for the Vietnamese. It's now 18-11. So the advantage now is or has increased. It's 20-11. There was a check by the Vietnamese, a point for the Indonesian. Again, this is set number 2. The Indonesian won this first set. There was a 1-2 attack now. Same is true with the Vietnamese. They made a 1-2 attack. Rally is going on. Back row attack by Toy, and it was not recovered. So 21-12. Serve for Vietnam. Quick attack. Point for Indonesia. It's 13-21. Quick attack by the Vietnamese. Back row attack by Indonesia. That was a block by Vietnam. So making it 22-13. So the Indonesia needs to really catch up for many points here. 14-22. Over receive, but well defended by the Indonesian. Another block point for Vietnam. It's 23-14. Indonesia serve. Quick attack. It was a point. So set point now for Vietnam. So if they're going to win this game or this set, we're going to, oh, that was an ace. So it's now 1-all. This is now the third set. Vietnam making the first point in this set. Let's try to see who's going to win this third set to make a 1-set advantage. Our score is 1-all. There was an enforced error by both teams, so it's 2-all. So usually, of course, the Unforced error will be committed in service. Toy, what happened to that? Point for, there was a double violation for Vietnam. Very nice serve for Indonesia. Set, going to the opposite, and that was a ball out. Point for Indonesia. So Indonesia now is leading by 2 points. It's 4-2. Strong attack by Vietnam, making it 3, serving 4. And a combination play, but it was anticipated by the blockers of Vietnam, so making it 4-all. Indonesia made an attack and a point. Over receive. Okay, rally goes on. Back row attack in the opposite. Indonesia is now ahead by 2 points, 6-4. Again, there was an over receive by the Vietnamese, but there was that unforced error in service again for Indonesia. Second unforced error, making it 6, serving 7. 1 point advantage for Indonesia. Back row attack by the Vietnamese. That was a success. 7-all. Again, this is set number 3. Over receive. And a ball check. Point for Indonesia. It's 8, serving 7. Another back row attack on the opposite for the Indonesian, making it 9-7, and an ace serve. So they are now ahead by 3 points. So it's 10, serving 7. Combination play with Toy. Defended. Easy control spike and over receive again. Okay, but there was an illegal attack by the setter of Vietnam, making it 11-7. Toy in the attack, make a soft tip. Okay, there's a rally. Good recovery by the Indonesian. Toy again, and that was too strong to control. So it's 8, serving 11. A tip was well defended. Toy's attack was blocked, and attack point for Indonesia. It's now 12, serving 8. Quick attack for Vietnam. Point. And the Indonesian made a quick attack too, but it's well defended. Libero now receiving. Attack point for the opposite in the back row of the Indonesian team. It was a good combination play. So it's now 10, serving 13, but again an unforced error in service for Vietnam. Combination play for Vietnam, defended by the Indonesian, and there was a power tip for the Indonesian. It's 15, serving 10. So 5-point lead for the Indonesian for the third set. Combination play, good. Well defended by the Indonesian. The opposite, it was an outside block, increasing the lead to 6 and 7 this time because of the ace serve of the Indonesian. It's 11-17, making it 11-18 with that powerful spike at the opposite by the Indonesian. Okay, their names are hard to actually, if we are not used to it, it's quite hard to utter for if ever that's not your country or not your language. Ball check. Wow, it's now 19, serving 12. It seems that the Indonesians are headed for a 1-set lead here. Combination play to the opposite. It's now 14, serving 19. Vietnam is catching up in this third set. Ball check for the Indonesian. So it's now 20. The Indonesian serve. Toy attacks. Just block. Easy return for Toy. And the Indonesian make an attack in the open. Toy again. And that was outside for Toy. 21-14. Toy again. Okay, the ace player of Vietnam. Oh, it was not controlled by the Vietnamese, making it 22. So 3 more points to win set number 3. An easy turn to the opposite. Indonesia is now 2 points before winning the third set. Okay, there's this rally. The opposite spiker of Indonesia made an unforced error in her attack, and a well-defended attack by the Indonesian. Quick attack for Indonesia, making it 24-14. So set point for Indonesia. Let's try to see if, okay, that was it. There was that black point, making it 25 for the Indonesian. So let's try to see if Vietnam can recover here in the fourth set. So our score is 1-all. And there was a point by the Vietnamese. This is 2-1. And it's now 2-all with that attack point by the Indonesian. So the Indonesian is now leading by 1 set, and we'll try to see if they can win this set and they will have the chance to go to the finals. There was an error for Indonesia. Vietnam is now ahead by 2 points with score of 4-2, and making that point again. It's 5-2 this time. That was inside for Indonesia. So it's 3 serving 5. That was out. Another unforced error. Quick attack by the Indonesian, and it's good. So 4 serving 6. That was inside for Vietnam. If you can notice, there are a lot of running back attack here. This is actually the trend in volleyball. Same is true with back row attacks. Toy makes a strong attack. So they're now ahead by 3 points. It's 8 serving 5. Back row attack by the Indonesian. Over receive. Let's have to see the next play, and that was out. So Indonesia serving. Toy makes again a strong attack. It's 9-6. Vietnam ahead by 3 points. Combination play by the Indonesian, and making a point for that. 7-9. Combination play. Wow, that's perfect for the Vietnamese team. And there was a blackout for the Indonesian. There was a rally recovered by Indonesia. Let's try to see what. Oh, that was again a running back. Our score is 8-10 in favor of Indonesia. This is quite a long rally. Let's try to see back row by Toy, and that was in. So it's 11-8. Combination play, and well blocked by the Vietnamese. It's now 9 serving 12. Vietnam is ahead by 3 points. Back row attack by Toy. That was out. Now 10 serving 12. So Indonesia is now catching up. Attack by the Vietnamese. There was a blackout. Quick attack for Indonesia. Defended by the libero. Back row attack by Toy. And there was a ball check. Toy again. Inside. So it's 14 serving 11. To the opposite. And that was out. Vietnam to serve. It's 15 serving 11. That was an ace. So 16 now. So if Vietnam is going to win this set, we are going to have the fifth and deciding set. Very crucial for both teams, no, to reach the championship. So it's now 12 serving 16. In this fourth set, Indonesia is catching up. It's 17-13. And it's now Indonesia serving. Combination play for Toy. Toy's spike was defended. And there was that strong back row attack in the opposite. Start of the combination play for Indonesia, and that was a point. So it's now and cross error again, and an ace serve by the Vietnamese, making it 19. Slide back quick. Successful. And a quick attack also for Vietnam, but it was not controlled by the Indonesian. It's now 20 serving 15. Combination play for the Indonesian. There was a tip, and that was successful. It's now 16 serving 20. Going to the opposite. Indonesia going to the opposite. There was an over receive to the opposite again. It was blocked again. Rally continues. This time Vietnam attack. Quite a long rally again to the opposite of Indonesia. And by Toy again in the back line with a tip. Quite a long rally again. And a block by the Indonesian, making it 17-20. But Vietnam made also a block point. It's 21-17, going to the opposite again. And it was out 22-17. Quick attack for Indonesia. Point. It's 18-22. Toy at the back. Indonesia attacks. Well defended, and there was it was inside actually. So 23-18. Set by the libero. And there was that rollover attack. It's now set point for Vietnam. So we are headed for the fifth and deciding set. Okay, but still and that was out. It's 19-24, second chance. There was an ace, so it's 20-24. This is a third chance. Set point for for Vietnam. Back row attack by Toy, and it was defended. Another good block, so it's 21-24. Let's try to see if Indonesia can still catch up for this set. Over receive. Indonesia in the attack, and it was a point. It's 22-24. There is this rally, and there was a block by the Vietnamese. So we are now in set number 5. Who is going to win this match and advance to the finals? So once again, this is semifinal number 2, and Thailand is waiting for the championship. They won against the Philippines. So Indonesia made the first point in this decision set, which is the fifth set. Yes, it's now 2-0 for Indonesia. Now they have a very strong opposite spiker. That's why the setter is going or giving that set to the opposite. It's now 3-0. Toy of Vietnam. Again to the opposite of Indonesia. It's now 4-0. Okay. So it seems that Indonesia is doing fine here. But Toy made the first point for Vietnam. And she's now at the back. There was a good attack for Indonesia, for Vietnam. Here rally is going on, over receive. Attack for Indonesia. It was blocked. So it's 4-2. Toy again serving. And the opposite. And that was out. And forced error. It's 3 serving 4. Toy still serving for Indonesia. And another out. Oh, it's so quick that Vietnam was able to make 4 successive points, but a slide back give them another point for Indonesia. It's 5 serving 4. A one-hand set. Quick attack for Vietnam. It's 5-all. So just very quick recovery by the Vietnamese. From 4-0 to 4-all to 5-all this time. So rally is going on. Indonesia attacks. It's blocked. And to the opposite again of Indonesia. Well defended. Vietnam. Yeah, Indonesia to make the attack. And it's a point for Indonesia. It's 6 serving 5. Indonesia serve back attack by Toy. It was successful. It's 6-all. So let's try to see. It's going to make it to 8 points for them to switch court. That was out again for Toy. It's 7-6. What a match. Yes, defended by Indonesia. Controlled attack by the Indonesian. Let's try to see what's the combination. Toy again make a tip. And point for Toy. It's 7-all. Back row. Opposite. And it will be a switch court this time. So 8 serving 7. Indonesia making a slim lead of 1 point. Easy return. Let's start to see what combination Vietnam will do. And going to Toy again. And Toy made it. It's 8-all. Indonesia make a strong attack, but it was well defended. Toy. And there was a miscommunication. It's now 9-8. Vietnam is now ahead by 1 point. Combination play. On the opposite of Indonesia, it's 9-all. Toy again. Oh, really Toy is trying to save the Vietnamese team. It's 10-9. Again to the opposite of Indonesia, but that was out. It's 11-9. I'd like to remind everyone that this set is up to 15 points only, and it's now 12-9 for Vietnam. Let's try to see if they can recover another block for yeah, it's a point for Indonesia. It's now 10-12. And there was that tip and a point for Vietnam. And another unforced error. It's now match point for Vietnam. And a point for Indonesia. Second match point. Okay, rally is going on. Let's try to see. And a point for Indonesia again. It's 12-14. A very, very close game this time. Easy return. Let's try to see if the Vietnamese can make a good combination play, and still it was well defended. Combination play. Still, and that was blocked. So it's now Vietnam to the finals. Thank you for watching.